See, not verbally, that where there is pleasure and the pursuit of pleasure in relationship will inevitably end in greater pain. It's so obvious. Because you're giving another great pleasure. And therefore he holds on to you. Right? He won't let you go. He wants to possess you. He says she's mine. And if you both have like this thing, one day it's going to break. You follow? So, are you actually aware? No. Face the fact of what your actual relationship is now. See, we have spent half an hour about something which is so obvious, which we are unwilling to face. And that's why we slither all along.
Well, what can a person do if he finds he is unwilling to face it?
What?
I say, what can somebody do if he finds that he is unwilling to face it?
He's
unwilling.
To face pleasure.
To face the problem.
I can't do anything. His own intelligence, discussion, or observe what is happening, must show him this.
Yes, but Krishnaji, David is raising a good point, because if the drug addict goes down to the corner and takes a $5 bag of heroin, his consciousness is blurred to see what he's done. He got a kick out of it.
All right.
The same thing with relationships.
All right, sir. All right. Are we in that position?
Yes.
Huh? Are we in that position that we are drugged?
No, sir.
We are our brains are affected. Maybe. So don't deny it so quickly. Maybe.
I personally am not, sir.
Huh?
I am not.
That's one of the most difficult things to say I'm not. I may be.
I think that in a way we are, because we want to be in a certain way, or we are trying to keep a certain form, and we are very afraid to open us up to change form, to be something else that we don't know anything about. And therefore we keep to what we are, even if we are in pain or in fear.
So, sir, I'm asking, can you face the fact of it, the actuality of it, not the description, not the word, but the actual state that you are this in relation to another? Come on, so how come?
I think from what I see myself is that one can awake and be very clear of certain facets of certain relationships, but as the totality of the whole basis inside of oneself is much harder. Although one can awake at certain times to certain facets of certain relationships, it's still a fragmentation. But as realizing a whole, and a direct whole, it's a much harder thing. Something
So, how can I comprehend the totality of relationship, the wholeness of relationship, and the real extraordinary beauty of the totality of feeling, unless, if I'm not clear at the beginning now, what it actually is? You follow? From there I must move. I must go forward in this realization. I am there. My relationship is actually this.
And that one can sense the direction.
And face it.
Mhm.
Not avoid it, not dodge it, not push it away or run away. They face it. And then see what happens when you face a relationship which actually is attachment. Let's use that word for the moment to cover a whole field. Face that attachment without the interference of thought, without any motive, without any direction. Then see what takes place.
Yes, I agree.
We are not willing to do that.
I also agree in that, but
That is what I'm sticking. I won't move from that till you and I understand it and go beyond it.
We agree to face things when they seem important to us.
Huh?
We agree to face things when they are important enough.
Oh, that's up to you. As Dr. Schoenberg pointed out, a man who takes heroin thereafter habituated to
important for them.
it, he's involved, committed to it, and he says, what are you talking about? I want my everything's all right, give me that. Are we in that state? Because one has lived with one's girl or husband, wife, say, for God's sake, everything is perfect here, leave it alone. Apparently you don't want to join in this. This is what I'm trying to, what one is pointing out is that when you face a fact without the interference and the barrier of thought, the very thing that is being observed undergoes a fundamental change. You won't try it.